The teller a note that stated this was a robbery and demanded money for his sick daughter. And while Cox never actually showed a weapon, he had a 30-round Glock magazine sticking out of a bag he was wearing on his chest. And then as the teller handed him $200, Cox said, quotes, "This was a bad idea." And then he fled the store. Then on Monday admitted to a deputy that he committed the crime and later turned himself in. Well, a man from Joplin was one of more than 200 child predators who was arrested after a nationwide crackdown by the DOJ. 47-year-old Clinton Gray taken into custody thanks to Operation Restore Justice, which resulted in the rescue of 115 children. Gray was also arrested about a year and a half ago after he was found with meth and fentanyl. When you see news, call or text our tip line at 417-782-1310. For News Talk KZRG, I'm Ty Albright on KIX 102.5.
Showers and thunderstorms with highs in the upper 60s. Still a chance of storms tonight with lows right around 53. Sunshine and low 70s for Friday. Sunshine and 72 for Saturday.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar showing a lot of heavy cloud cover and even some light rain across some parts of the 4 states.
55 in Neosho, 57 in Pittsburgh, 58 in Joplin. To sign up for severe weather alerts, download the Zimmer Storm Center app.
Time now for the KIX Kids Pledge, being brought to you by Josh Meeker at Country Financial. And today, we're featuring Clayton from Carthage.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Great job, Clayton. And if you'd like your kids to be on the KIX Kids Pledge, you can go to the KIX website, and there on the main page there's a button you can click on that'll tell you how to upload your audio.
We are just 19 minutes away from your chance to guess and win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union Secret Sound.
All you got to do is be caller number 5 at 720. Tell us what the sound is, and all the money in the jackpot is yours.
Here's Megan Maroney.
On KIX 102.5. Yeah, I need tweezers or something to pull that.
Why does my camera keep getting scooted this way?
I don't know.
Very annoying.
That's Brett James. So I can't do that without tweezers. Yeah, that'd be too fat. I mean, it's small. You see the size of that bulb, don't you? Little bitty.
You need flash tweezers. Because there's come to a point within.
Well, as long as it reach around that and then just pull up. And then I could swap that out with this and we could have the light bulb.
Which would be great.
These notorious for the bulbs not working.
Why don't you ask engineers if they have tweezers? Certainly they do, right?
I hate to get them involved with anything. It feels like it's a whole thing.
Tell them it's for your nose hairs.
Oh, yeah. Can I borrow your tweezers to pull my nose hair?
They'd be like, oh, you silly KIX folks at it again.
Play it in your head first.
Morning, Major. Morning, Sarah. Christy, Jimmy, Megan, good morning.
Oh, there's the KIX newsletter. The beautiful KIX newsletter has just gone out.
Oh, it's stunning.
It says, hey, Randy, your mom told us to send this to you. I'll be sure and remind you of a few things.
What is going on?
Wait, not
My straw just broke.
Oh. You suck on it too much?
No, it just like folded in on itself. Candy Jan!
Candy
Thank the Lord, Candy Jan is here. We's good. She's on the other side of the red car. The red car is in her parking spot. That's where Candy Jan slides in diagonally.
Yep.
Never.
No. Play these things in your head before you say them. I say all the time.
That's way less fun.
That's why I'm always giggling. Look at this newsletter. It even says about Jen's Movie Rehab Podcast. Look how gorgeous that is. Oh, I just deleted it. You want to see it? Okay. I do it more than once a month. Yes, I did. It's the razor, the set right there, right? Yeah, it's the set of razors that I'm using. So I had just put this razor in yesterday. So it's got burrs on it that are hanging. So I swapped it out with the razor from another box. Just every now and then I get a bad batch. tried to clean it off. Is it not cleaned off? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh, nothing's sticking. What's happening? Candy Chan!
Man, how are you? What you got?
Best
Are you gonna
part
read
of
to us?
waking up. Are you going to read to us? What is this?
She brought us a book to read.
This lady is a writer in Rogers, and she wanted my grandson illustrated the book when he was 11.
That's so cool.
He drew all this?
At 11, that's amazing.
Holy cow. What did he do it on? Freehand? He drew all this?
He's really good.
Wait a minute, guys.
He
Look at
did
this. Candy
Wow.
Chan. This is a book from an author from Rogers, Arkansas. And her grandson illustrated this. He did all of these drawings. Look at this.
Wait, Flip, I want to see some more.
Quit bossing me.
I'll leave it, and I'll get it tomorrow.
Wow, he's really good, Jan.
Unbelievable. Look at this.
Folks said he wanted to draw on his wall in his bedroom, and so they finally relented and let him do it. But
Wow.
anyway,
How did he get connected with the author?
the author and my daughter had a mutual friend,
Mm-hmm.
and she knew what Cohen could do.
He
And
is
so
amazing.
She said, "You need to have this boy illustrate your book."
You say 16 now. What's he done recently? Because I'm sure he's...
Yeah, I don't think
Well,
he
he
saw the
did
one
it.
that.
He did. I said, my husband goes, "You could see the texture of the meat."
Oh, if
That's
I had a nickel
amazing.
for every time I've said
Brandon?
that, what? The
But if y'all want to look at it, then I'll come pick it up later.
so he's obviously going to be a no. This is just a hobby. He doesn't have any designs for this.
No.
Not going to go to art school.
Oh,
I asked if he was going to, and he said
they have a whole
no.
write up about him in the back of the book. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Why not? Yeah, he's got such a talent.
It's just something he does for him.
Of course, mom's a graphic artist, and so is her dad.
Oh,
That's
there
blood.
you go. Yeah. They could point him in the right direction. Probably. Isn't that weird, though? That's like my daughter, who is way more talented than I am, has no desire to do anything professionally with it. Mainly because she watched me work in it. She's like, heck no, I don't want to do all that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we got.
Oh, hold on just a second. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms today with highs in the upper 60s. It's 58 in Joplin.
They've issued a dense fog advisory for Lawrence, Newton, Berry, and other counties to the south there. I guess some of this moisture that's in the air is producing fog. So could be some inclement driving conditions on your way to work.
So make sure to have your headlights on, but not your high beams because those will bounce back and reflect into your eyes.
And not your medium beams because those will bounce over and hit the cow's eyes as you drive by.
Okay, we are just 12 minutes away from your chance to guess and win the Great Plains Federal
You
Credit
didn't know
Union
that?
Secret
That-
Sound.
You know, this is the thing.
That's not a thing.
Haven't you heard of
You have
cow
low
eyes?
beams, high beams, your parking
Medium
lights.
beams. You watch medium
no-
beams.
No.
Sideways beams are another thing
Okay,
you got to
now
watch
you're just
out
making
for
stuff up.
because-
Secret Sound in just 8 minutes.
I'm not making it up. It's a fact. Sideways
Parmalee.
beams. Don't fire your reverse beams as you're going into hyperspace
It's KIX
either.
102.5. Oh my gosh.
They just let him have
Wow. He is really good, Jan. He's
That's what
really
we
good.
kept telling him. I think he autographed that for us.
Oh, see that?
Oh, he drew and signed it to her.
That's so
Then he wanted
cute.
to make some money, so Larry told him
Yeah, once you get the professional bug, you make a little money doing what you love. That changes your whole. You're like, wait a minute. You mean I could get paid? Thank you,
Well, thank
Jan.
you, Jan.
Okey-doke.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye.
Read it to us. Read it to us. Read it to us.
You want? Ah! All right.
Are you guys ready?
This is called Big Ideas Bo, illustrated by Cohen Cottrell and written by Megan Driscoll.
Yes.
Bo Bellevue's classmates previewed the first draft before they even had illustrations. Very special thanks to longtime friend Joe Wines for knowing I always have a book in the hopper. Yeah, that's what
A book in the hopper?
That's what that smell is. Okay. Big idea. Bo had a great big mind. He'd play in it all day. His imagination built a world that made you want to stay.
Look at that art, guys. 11-year-old kid did that, Mr. Cohen.
All right. With hills to roll down, bobs to sled, and pools to cannonball, beds to leap on, nestled in a maple tree and fall. Half day, half night, half hot, half cold, all seasons, all the time. Friends couldn't wait to play at Bo's inside his mastermind. And when he would trap them there, he would never, ever release them, and they would be in prison for all of their lives. And their
not what it
toenails
says.
and
That's not what it says.
But that's what I thought.
His mastermind. That is so clever. I love that.
Trapped in his mastermind. Well, wait until you get a little older. Different stuff will happen in that mastermind. It's not appropriate. On his 7th birthday, Bo unwrapped a single gift. It wasn't big or colorful.
Oh, what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it?
But it had a power that could shift.
Oh.
The way Bo played, the way he spoke, the way he cared, the way he joked, the way he tried, the way he lied. When he already knew, his mom said no.
What is it? What do you get?
It's anthrax.
Is it a phone?
I don't know what it is. The more time he spent on his device, the wilder this became, as if it sprouted vines that weaved their way into his brain.
Oh, look at that picture.
Look at the weaving.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
That's so cool.
Soon, friends stopped to play outside with Big Idea Bo, but when they looked around his mind, there was nowhere to go.
Look at the tumbleweeds.
Bo had become stupid. His imagination had just shrunk down to a dime. The maple tree had withered, the pools had all gone dry, desert winds blew tumbleweeds, no more hills for them to run.
I love how clever this is.
He had a dime. It was the most beautiful day of the year outside, and Bo didn't know how to have fun.
No, poor Bo.
He was imprisoned as a result of the political system and the social subjugation that he had
keep
witnessed.
reading.
Okay. Until the clouds grew gray above, a storm came sweeping through, and it shut down the power to that powerful device, too.
Yay.
Well,
Got the phone.
Maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, there Bo sat in the dark, powered down, unplugged.
Oh, look at the actual plug. That's so cool. Yoink.
A spark! Did you see that? Inside Bo's mind, Bo closed his eyes, and inside he climbed.
Aww.
Is it adorable when they climb inside their own mind? To me, it's like one of those endless things, the snake eating its tail. It's a symbol of infinity. He's climbing inside of him, which should never stop.
Mm-hmm.
And that would cause, all sorts of space-time continuum.
Right.
In that desert, barren drought, by golly, Bo saw a cactus sprout. He heard a creak of a time-worn hinge. Look, a sign for old Tumblestone swung in the wind.
Aww.
Why, he was in the shadows of Cowboy Cove. There were good guys and bad guys and fearless, fun-slinging Bo.
Fun-slinging
They
Bo.
all wanted something to drink and a moment or two with Miss Polly.
Oh, hey. Okay.
Suddenly, his band of heroes said, whoa, and unsaddled their horses on the hill in the road. They looked to Bo for an idea so bold, so Bo hollered loud, save the town! Let's go!
Oh. I love the use of color. That is so just creative, the way it's
You're all about the colored
movement
stuff,
and
aren't you?
texture.
I've always said, I don't see color, but you, unfortunately, I guess. See,
10
that
seconds.
storm blew through and came just in time. A screen eroded Bo's fun, but Bo rebuilt his mind.
3 seconds.
3 seconds. Am I going to rhyme when we do this? KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country.
Well, how'd you like to win some cash?
We've got your chance to do exactly that right after Matt Stell
With the Great Plains Federal Credit Union Secret Sound.
on KIX 102.5. Oh, there was the storm blowing and Bo rebuilding.
Aw, a little puzzle piece of his brain.
In other words, he reconstructed his neural pathways from the cerebral cortex all the way to the amygdala.
Anyway.
Yes, that can happen. Now, no matter how boring things got, his mind was a movie set ripe for a plot. Bo could have fun anywhere, from a 10-hour car ride to the dentist chair, sitting on the toilet, shaving off his hair.
Mm-hmm. That's not in the book.
It should be, I feel like. So, how long it's been since you powered down, climbed inside your mind, and rebuilt the town? What will your story be all about when the wind starts to gust and the lights flicker out? And the farts begin to come and the smells begin to hurt. And you think, why in heck did I burp?
There was one night when the internet went down at our house. And Kyle and I pulled out a board game and had so much fun. It was a blast.
Well, every now and then, I try. Every now and then, me and Gina play video games, or our big deal is projects. That's our time away from the screen. But it's hard when all you do is go, 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 go.
Yes.
It's very easy to want to just go sit down. I get it. I mean, you need some downtime.
We're guilty of that, too.
Well, you need it. Yeah. I think we do a lot of go, go, going. So, isn't that amazing?
Story time with Randy. That's right.
Yeah. Were you sucking your thumb, Christine?
You'd read it to your grandkids? If you want it, it's called Big Ideas Bo. Here's the book. And Candy Jan's grandson is the one who did the pictures for it. He's the illustrator.
Yeah, and he's consistent. Look at the way he uses curves. That's
At 11, that's insane.
Insane.
And this author's from Northwest Arkansas. She's from Rogers.
Yeah.
So not too far off either. And here's your Reese's.
Sure, put that somewhere where someone won't poop on it.
Okay. Is that a concern that we have?
MJ and Brett are both going to be in here later.
Valid.
So, yes.
Yes, it is.
Valid concern.
Now that my straw's broken, my drink is coming out funny.
It goes out the side.
Well, that was a good book. I'm glad she brought that by.
Pretty impressive.
All right, we've
what
got
to do is get the lady who writes the stories here in Joplin to team up with her grandson.
There we go.
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 718.
A chance of showers and thunderstorms with highs in the upper 60s. A lot of fog for some folks as well this morning. It's 58 in Joplin.
We'll give you a look at the weather forecast in just 6 minutes. But right now, it's time to win some cash with the Great Plains Federal Credit Union Secret Sound.
And all you've got to do is be caller number 5 at 417-623-1025.
And tell us, what is this sound?
Caller number 5 at 623-1025 for a chance to win $327.50.
From the 4 states #1 for cash. Oh, I guess. Yeah, I can't eat. Hi there, Morning KIX.
Caller 1, keep trying.
Hi there, Morning KIX.
Caller 2, keep trying.
Hi there, Morning KIX.
Caller number 3, keep trying.
Hi there, Morning KIX.
Caller number 4, hurry up and call right back.
Hi, Morning KIX. Who is this? Hello, what's your name?
My name's Rhonda.
Rhonda, where are you from?
Neosho, Missouri.
Rhonda from Neosho.
You are caller number 5.
Woo! All right, Rhonda, it is your chance to win the cash, $327.50.
If you can tell us what is this sound?
Is it change dropping down in a jar?
She says change dropping down in a jar.
For $327.50, that is not it.
Rhonda, but we're going to put another $25 in the jackpot, making it $352.50.
And give you another chance to get some win at 420 with Brett.
Okay, thank you. You guys have a nice day.
You too,
Thank you,
Rhonda.
Rhonda. You too. Thank you, Christine.
Bad accent. Just an accent.
Major says Bo suffered brain damage and now watches KIX 102.5 with us. Oh, busy, busy, busy for Christine.
His eyes are stapled open. He's forced to.
Has anyone been close?
No, I don't think so. I don't feel like, which that's a huge hint right there, but I don't feel like it.
I mean,
You could argue that a few.
I
have.
mean, have you heard all of Brett's guesses, though?
So I
Yeah.
don't know
No,
for
wait, I don't know.
sure. Yeah. I don't know what all he's having guessed. From what I've heard, nobody I've felt.
Y'all
I've
are
not
so
felt
lucky
like anyone.
being on with us in the morning. You get all these little extra hints and things.
Tell you all this stuff. Doesn't help any of them.
All right, 30 seconds.
Heartburn last night was so bad.
Really? You think it's from?
Mm-hmm. I know it is. I know what it's from.
But how is it just starting now, though? Why didn't it?
On Monday.
Because it should taper. Like, it has a 5-day window. But that doesn't make sense that it's.
I think there's accumulation effect too. The first week I didn't hardly have any, and now the second dose and it's come up, and I believe it'll come down by the weekend. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for cash.
Looking for caller number 5 to get some Win the Great Plains Federal Credit Union secret sound.
Rhonda from the Ocean.
You are caller number 5.
Woo! All right, Rhonda, it is your chance to win the cash, $327.50.
If you can tell us what is this sound?
Is it change dropping down in a jar?
She says change dropping down in a jar.
For $327.50, that is not it.
Oh.
Rhonda, but we're going to put another $25 in the jackpot, making it $352.50.
And give you another chance to get some win at 420 with Brett.
Okay, thank you. You guys have a nice day.
That was her.
That was her.
Yeah.
Oh.
She goes.
Oh, she's laughing.
No, I think the biggest mitigating contributor to that is the fact that I'm not eating empty stomach acid, and it's got nowhere to go. And I think it's so I've added Nexium to the omeprazole to try to see if the combine of those might shut down the acid production somewhat.
Can you get a little something to nibble on throughout the day at least?
It's hard. I did not eat at all yesterday until I came home last night, and then I got a little croissant, ham and cheese croissant, and I could only eat about half of that with a couple of Pringles. And I was like, I felt so bloated.
Yeah.
But
see? Yeah, you're getting close.
hi there, morning kids. I'm happiest when drinking coffee. For some reason, that makes no sense because that ought to
makes everything better. So it
ought
makes
to
total
cause heartburn.
Who doesn't get happier when they drink coffee? What were you doing? Oh, I thought. Okay.
I'm leading the choir.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back, the Rah Rah. How was day 1 of map testing?
You're not supposed to tell Jimmy.
If she wants to tell, she can tell.
She can.
Shark bait. Hoo ha ha.
Shark bait.
Wrong then.
Possibly a hormone issue. Okay, we've got a gift idea. I need to listen to this because I don't remember.
What do we have? We have a.
I knew there had to be a reason we kept it. It's a good idea.
Yep. Testing is boring, and the kids say, "Yeah, I know."
So I just did one of those. I feel like I've had a 3-course. I'm serious. I'm like, but it's a heavy feel. It's not good. Like I need to burp.
Yeah. Need a nibble. Yeah, map testing stresses my kids out a lot. They put a lot of pressure on it.
According to a new article in La Grata magazine, there's a group of scientists who used a supercomputer and AI to determine when all life on Earth will end.
Great.
Turns out it's next Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Got
Just kidding. We got about 1 billion years to go, actually. Scientists with NASA and Japan's Toho University used the computer to determine when all life on Earth would end. They said it would be 1 billion 2021 because the sun's expanding. And as it does, it's going to get closer and closer to the heat. To the Earth. Have you watched the whole process of what the sun's life process will be?
No.
So the sun expands, and as it does so, its gravity increases.
Right.
So the amount of gravity right now in the sun would crush you into a little bitty ball because it is so big and it's rotational. That's what produces the gravity, right? Which to me, because of centrifugal force, makes absolutely no sense. What happens when you spin something round and round? It wants to go out, right?
Yeah.
But when a large body spins round and round, it draws in.
Interesting.
That's what causes gravity. The reason we don't float off the Earth is because the Earth, in and of its size, is spinning. The moon also spins, also has a gravitational rotation.
Right.
But because it's so much smaller, the gravity is a lot less than it is here on Earth. However, on the sun, which is like 20 times the size of the Earth or whatever, the gravity is much greater. As it increases inside, expanding, and it's expanding because of the gravitational production, its gravity will get so large that eventually it will collapse in on itself and become what's called a white dwarf. And at that point, there's another trillion years that it lives before it collapses in on itself once again as it goes supernova. Goes supernova after the white dwarf thing, and then it becomes a black hole.
At what point, how far into the future is the sun? Because
it's here right now. Jen.
When a star dies, you don't immediately see that.
Oh.
Because of the space and distance.
We don't usually see it because when a star dies because of the great distance, how many light years. The sun's not that far away. It's in our solar system, so we could see it like within a few seconds.
Oh.
And it would already be so big that you could see it as it's happening because chances are it would be this close.
Oh.
So when it expands, it's going to expand so big that it will literally consume the Earth and all the other planets within the solar system. Yeah, it's going to kill us all.
Wait a second.
That's what they were just talking about, the expansion of the sun. This already happens like a few days every summer in Florida.
So it's just going to expand and we're all going to fry.
Yes, it will eventually consume. I mean, if it wasn't fiery, it would eventually bump into the Earth and, but it will burn it to a crisp long before it ever gets within touching distance because of the heat.
Maybe we'll all become mer people.
So it is not the end of the world because you took away your kids' cell phone privileges in spite of what they might think. You need to tell them that. Another thing that the computer figured out is that those robocalls are going to continue on for another 500,000 years.
Oh, great. Just what I wanted.
These scientists must be a laugh a minute. It's so much. It's great. Let her burn, Megan says. I'm going to pull over and make y'all wear the Be Kind shirt and hug it out.
What? Jimmy and Major.
Oh, are they fighting?
always.
Well,
It'll be
it-
worse today. We test pretty much all day. Oh,
Could you imagine if they were like hugging on one another though?
there may not
Gross.
be a lot of time to go outside. Weather not be may
Yeah.
not be nice enough for
The
that.
sun could destroy us all.
Oh my gosh, not what I meant.
You're not nice, Randy, Jimmy. I'm nice, Randy.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, you're
Talking
welcome.
about the doom and gloom of.
Well, that to think about. It's the end of the world as we know it. Oh, they've announced another Yellowstone spinoff. You know the one with what's her name and what's his name? Rippin'
Rippin'.
a good one,
Beth.
ripping a big one. So, well, she can't be the good one. Okay, let's call her Stinky. Ripping a Stinky.
Stinky.
Now that one is going to be this fall.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they've announced another one called Why Marshalls. The working title for a new series, which I think it sucks.
Wait, I
Why?
thought Casey Dutton was getting his own spinoff.
That's this one, following Casey Dustin, played by actor Luke Grimes, as he joins an elite use of U.S. Marshals, combining his skills as a cowboy and Navy SEAL to bring Yellowstone justice to his home state of Montana.
Cool.
Taylor Sheridan is having way too much fun, and it's annoying me. He needs to stop it.
Why he can't have fun?
No, not at our expense.
Apparently, it's working though.
I guess.
Has anyone had the Yellowstone baked beans? You said you had them. You didn't like them. Oh. Kaboom, dude. Send us out KIX. Everyone just turn on KIX.
So Floyd was talking earlier about the raccoon with the meth pipe. You want to hear that, Floyd? I bet you haven't heard it. I know the other stations have been talking about it. We hadn't yet, but here.
So the reason I stopped you is you are suspended with a warrant for your arrest.
I am?
So do me a favor, turn off the car, put the keys up on the dash. Oh. Hey.
What?
Come here.
Hello?
The raccoon
The
with
raccoon
the meth
has
pipe
her meth pipe.
in his mouth.
As what?
Oh my God.
Her meth pipe.
You gotta be-
He's playing with the meth
Hello?
pipe
That's
right
not
now.
mine. That's the raccoon's.
No, don't reach
Oh my
for
God,
it.
yeah,
That's
I know
evidence
where
now.
you're at.
Oh, I don't want him to have
Well,
that.
that's why I'm gonna do it. Hey, buddy.
Huh?
It's okay.
Is that what that
Up to you,
is?
man?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what she's smoking meth in.
Okay.
The raccoon's playing with her meth pipe.
Okay, there you go. He was highly amused.
He really was.
The raccoon's name is Chewy and was reported as safe, but his teeth are a mess.
Well, that's what meth will do to you.
You know, it's weird, too. Raccoons are usually into amyl nitrate poppers, but not meth. Coming soon, Cocaine Bear 2, Meth Raccoon.
Meth raccoon. Dun, 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 dun. That's so sad. Poor addicted raccoon. Hate
Had
that.
to live with a meth head. Man, why couldn't I get a better owner?
12 seconds. We got a seg here.
Your Weight Watchers filed Chapter 11?
No, I did not.
They did. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
It's almost Mother's Day.
And we've got a gift idea suggestion to tell you about after Justin Moore.
On KIX 102.5.
I quit taking the allergy medication just in case that was a contributing factor.
Mm-hmm. How you feeling with that?
Allergy medicine free.
How hard you're trying. Sure, you can be a Weight Watcher, but face it, what you really need is us. We're Weight listeners.
So how'd it go today?
Well, I weighed myself this morning. I gained half a pound. I had a glass of orange juice and a slice of grapefruit for breakfast, but at work, somebody brought donuts. But I just had a bite. That was okay. I was still hungry, you know? So
When your friends are sick of hearing you talk about losing weight, come to Weight Listeners. We won't tell you how bad you've been, how much weight you should have lost by now, or how much better you'll feel when it's gone. We'll just shut up and listen.
Again, I was bad. I had some M&Ms, but I only had half a pack, because you can allow yourself a treat, right?
Right.
So at 2:30, I got into the
Wait, listeners.
Like a conversation with
because you
Jen.
really don't want to
Hey,
lose it.
you listen
You'd
well.
just like to hear
Thank
yourself
you.
complain.
Chicken, but it was
Yeah.
a rough day, so I also ate my bread allowance for tomorrow.
What a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody want to buy a warehouse full of Weight Watcher chocolate fudge ice cream bars?
I think I'm good.
Is there any future for them? Fat chance!
Oh.
They ought to change the name from Weight Watchers to Shut Up and Just Give Me the Shot. That'd be all right, wouldn't it? You know, if Oprah Winfrey bails on you, then the universe is not about to get better.
When Oprah Winfrey bails on
Yeah,
you,
That's pretty much a...
that's a bad day.
Yeah. Like, oh, man.
We lost Oprah. Morning, Gary Crow.
Morning, Gary.
How are things down in Enid?
Dina.
Enid
Sounds
and
like I'm
Wheat.
saying Dina.
Get it?
Dina,
Enid,
Enid,
Enid and
Dina,
Wheat. Get it?
Dina.
No, you're saying different things.
Am I saying Enid or Dina?
Dina.
No. Enid, Dina.
You're going back and forth. Don't do that. My ears hate it.
It's like the Laurel.
It's like the Laurel. Yanni.
Laurel. Yanni.
Or the
Laurel.
stupid dress.
Okay, tonight on Netflix, Forever. It's the story of two childhood friends who fall deeply in love, reunited as teens, experiencing the joy and heartache of first romance that will change their lives forever. No,
Cool. What's it called again?
forever.
Forever.
Octopus is a documentary on Prime Video.
About octopi?
Yeah.
Cool.
Tonight on Max, Conan O'Brien Must Go. It's the second season of his series where he goes to different points in the world and explores and causes trouble. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 736.
A chance of showers and thunderstorms with highs in the upper 60s. It's 56 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the 4 states' news and weather in just 26 minutes.
Plus, in the next hour, this is one of my favorite topics. I love this one.
Yeah, because she got it so wrong the first
I
time.
really did. Where did you mistakenly think that babies came from?
And it wasn't your mama that did this to you. Probably it was your dad or an uncle or somebody when you asked them,
623-1025 to call and tell us where you used to think that babies came from.
Because Mother's Day is this Sunday, and as such, we're trying to help you remember that fact early enough that you can get mom something adequate enough that she won't guilt trip you for being her child.
Because let's be honest, you don't want to be the person on Sunday morning who's like trying to scrounge through the gas station to find something for mom.
I got you a Snickers bar.
It's like, oh, you shouldn't have.
Yeah, right. Here's
Really
Sunday
shouldn't have.
brunch. It's
Okay.
M&M's.
Wow.
So how about getting mom something that she's really going to remember this year?
Mother's Day is a special day to honor the woman who brought you into this world. That's why this Mother's Day she deserves the best tattoo removal money can buy. Hello, I'm cosmetic surgeon Dr. Bob Remodel. Once your mom was hot, not anymore. And now those tattoos are starting to sag like old wet wallpaper. Now through Sunday, I can sandblast your mom's old tramp stamp, bullseye, slag tag, splat tack, Alabama bumper sticker, or Panama City license plate quickly and cleanly. Nothing says I love you, Mom, like cleaning her up and making her presentable. And as a bonus, we'll even seal up that hole in her from the piercing.
What do you think they bleeped there, Jen?
I don't know.
What hole are they going to seal up?
Her nose,
From
obviously.
the piercing, yeah. You got to bleep nose when you say that on the air. Everybody knows that. Nose. Oh.
What's that?
That is this combined with this.
Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, other shows that are on. The Conan O'Brien Must Go.
Yeah.
This has become another one of my most recent guilty pleasures is watching all of his skits that he did from his time when he was a late night host.
Yeah.
They're so good, especially the deal with Jordan Schlansky, who was his producer, this straight-faced guy that never, and he was so brutal to him. But it's all an act. It's all in good fun. Netflix has Blood of Zeus, which is probably another foreign language film that needs a tariff slapped on it.
Mm-hmm.
Poker Face.
Oh, that's the Natasha Lyonne.
It's been 3 years since they've had a season.
Wow.
So this is what's weird. Poker Face had season 1 and season 2. And then it was gone for like 3 years. And then NBC came back and said, no, the 2 of those seasons were actually just season 1. It was season 1, part 1, season 1, part 2. Now we have season 2. And they've asked has asked, is this season 2, part 1? And NBC goes, and they won't say. So nobody knows.
Just watch it.
So I canceled our Peacock, so we can't watch it.
Mm-hmm.
They will not give you anything on Peacock for free. I mean, you can go onto Peacock without signing up and paying for it, but the only thing you can watch are pretty much coffee bean commercials. A few
Yay,
things
coffee
like
beans.
that. Netflix has a new movie tomorrow night, Nanas, which looks pretty good, actually. They don't talk about who's in this, but I know it's got... Let me see if I can find out who the cast is. It's got Vince Vaughn, Susan Sarandon, Lorraine Bracco,
Lorraine.
Manganiello, Stanley Tucci. So it's got a few actors in this. It looks pretty good. And it is the story of a man who, after losing his beloved mother, risks everything to honor her by opening an Italian restaurant with actual nanas, grandmothers, as the chefs.
Cute.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be that kind of movie.
It's going to be wholesome.
Summer of '69 is on Hulu.
So the summer of '69. Isn't that the song?
Not really, but yeah. It's on Hulu, and it's a movie about an awkward high school senior who hires an exotic dancer to help seduce her longtime crush before graduation.
Wow.
Leading to an unexpected friendship and lessons in self-confidence, acceptance, adulthood, and high morality. Now, I added that last part because
high morality, okay.
The exotic dancer. Netflix has The Royals, which is a new series from India that no one will watch. Oh, we're going to talk now about okay. Too Hot to Handle, Italy. It's a dating show from Italy. Overdubbed dating show. Good gosh, Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it. Season premieres this weekend, Long Way Home from Apple TV.
I don't know.
Wait a minute. I think this is the one I've been waiting on. There is one coming out. I can't even remember the name of it, but I remember it comes out on May 16th.
Maybe it's that one.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor's in this. I don't know what's happening right now. Going to the rodeo.
Mhm.
Yeah, food truck. The rodeo.
Yeah.
Carthage Stampede. I'll get with the rodeo lady. See if we can get some tickets for that.
That'd be awesome.
Get with Chris.
Cool.
Because it's gonna be on air too.
Just give you a heads up. You better be sooner
Do it
than
now.
later because we're like all of June's full.
Okay, this is the
We,
first of June.
yeah, we are overloaded. We don't have any. You can look at my calendar here. It's completely booked. We got Bailey Zimmerman first week, Luke Bryan second week, Old Dominion third week, Born and Raised that week after that, Born and Raised Festival the last week. It's typical summer. Yeah, and it's first come, first serve, and when they're full,
Yeah, I just
I'm sure they can get it on one of the stations.
May 30th.
Yeah. All right, we got 10 seconds.
And we might even be able to do something as a secondary promotion.
do like text or something or
Yeah.
through the app.
Not saying we can't do it, but it won't be able to get prime spot.
I'll get with
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. It's Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 747.
A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms with highs in the upper 60s. It is 56 in Joplin.
And we'll give you a look at the weather forecast in just 13 minutes.
Plus, in the next hour, we want to know, where did you mistakenly think that babies came from?
You know, because Mother's Day is this weekend. Not that Mom probably gave you that misinformation. It was probably your dad or an uncle or someone like that.
Why is it always them who's strewing this misinformation around like
It's
that?
fun. It's one of your rights as a parent is to mistakenly give them misinformation and then watch them try to process that. That's fun.
623-1025 to call or text and tell us where you used to think that babies came from.
So Jen doesn't like my idea of the tattoo removal thing for Mom.
No, I
Mother's
don't.
Day.
I
Why
don't-
not?
Well, I think that there's a lot of other things that you could do to spoil Mom and let her know that you love her.
There is. I agree with that, but why can't that be one of them?
Well, maybe she still likes her tattoos. Maybe she wants flowers or chocolate or to put her feet up. There's so many ways to love your mom.
It's like a dragon. What was a butterfly now is a dragon.
Because it's dragging
Dragging the floor. Yeah, that's exactly right. Thank goodness there are so many great gift ideas for Mom for Mother's Day that you've got a lot, like 50 different ideas to choose from. The problem each year on Mother's Day, it's hard for me. It really ain't easy to buy gifts for my mommy. I'd like to buy flowers, but she has allergies. There must be 50 ways to love your mother.
Who is this lady, Candy Jane?
Yeah, everybody's like, who is this? What is going on here?
That's Melissa. She's
Furthermore,
She
used to work
I
here.
got her gift
card to the Gap and to buy food, but I think she doesn't work here. Cause I'm clearly just a dude. There must be 50 ways to love your mother. 50 ways to love your mother. You just get her a card, Mark. Buy her a rose, Joe. Or adopt her a cat, Matt. Cause it's Mother's Day. Don't make a fuss, Gus. Go take her to brunch once. Or bring her a cake, Greg. Cause it's Mother's Day. Just give her some cash, Nash. Buy her a bike, Mike. You can get her some toys, Roy. Cause it's Mother's Day. Don't make me a moron. Take her to the salon, John. And don't make her pay, Ray. Cause it's Mother's Day.
It's Morning KIX with Randy and Jen on the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
No, no.
We're just talking to
It's all
ourselves.
me.
That's right. You guys enjoying watching the mouths move? It's a new game. What are they saying?
Can anyone read lips? What we're talking about?
Megan's like, y'all are muted. You're muted. Your face is muted, Megan.
Oh, they're all doing the eyes. They all did the eyes together. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. That was great. We didn't mean to put you in the corner that time. Sorry about that. So they've been doing a lot of renovations and things like that around the building. They painted the front lobby, got new furniture put in there. They did some work back in the Cube Farm, and then they've been doing the bathrooms, like painting and taking out old fixtures and things and putting in some new stuff. And the men's bathroom is pretty well done. The women's bathroom still has a little bit of work to do, but they've been doing like black trim around the bathroom door and then painting the door red, Zimmer red, which is pretty cool. So we have the black trim on the door, which I think means the last thing that we need is the red door. And then he's got to go in and put the trim around the floor. And I think our bathroom's finally done. Here's hoping. I don't know what it is, but there's something very stressful. Every time I go into the bathroom at work now, I'm just like, ugh. Because there's drop cloths everywhere and tape and paint buckets and fans, and it's a lot. Yeah, the Z tables. You got to see those. Those are so cool. So we used to have like little half tables outside of all the studios where you could put your drinks on them, or if you needed to leave something out of the studio, you could put it on there. We got rid of those, and now we have tables that are actual Z's for Zimmer, which is really cool. I'm up there now. Hello. So just changes like that are making around the building. It makes jingles.
Changed it.
Yes.
Dude, did you see that?
What?
It makes jingles. I don't know what that was all about. Do you, Megan? I'm not a huge fan of the Z tables.
I think they're cool.
Yeah, they're all right. Just like weird, a little weird. Okay, Ella Langley. I haven't done any of the blocking yet. So I feel like
go get him.
that. So last night I had to play. It was the worst. It's like about a year and a half ago, I had this problem they had with the system where it made my guitar sound like just a bunch of noisy bees. Well, it started doing that again last night, and I struggled with it the entire night. And so we've got to go in Saturday morning and spend some time working through the system to see if we can figure it out.
How'd you fix it last time?
I don't remember. We thought it was a contributing factor that we eliminated, but apparently that wasn't what it was. I believe it's something within the console, and the sound guy is beginning to believe that may be what it is too.
Maybe you're actually
I'm not changing anything, and still, it just sounds awful. Probably the worst guitar sound I've ever had.
Oh, no. Megan, is your phone 5G? Certainly it is, right?
Aren't all phones now?
I thought so, but if you look up the Razor, it doesn't come up under 5G phones.
Just look up and ask, is the Razor a 5G phone?
That's why I asked Megan. She has 5G.
So
That's pretty good.
that is. More like Ella.
Remind me, were there any could you notice any big difference between your phone and Megan's phone? Megan says it is 5G. Okay, then
We went over all of them right here in front of you.
I
remember?
know, but you use it though.
Her outer screen. I don't use her phone. I've never used her phone.
But you have your you have your flip phone.
I do.
And so you are used to kind of how it works and functions and things.
Right.
Was it real different when you were swiping around on her phone?
I didn't swipe around much on her phone. We just looked. The camera on mine's better. It's a little faster. It has a higher processor. It's got a more powerful.
Right?
And I mean, it's a quicker processor. It's like quite a bit more powerful processor wise. Battery wise, I think they're about the same. Her screen is bigger on the outside. What was the other big difference, Megan? The hinges and everything felt about the same. Hers was just a little bit bigger than mine is. What else, Megan? What were the differences? I think the most noticeable difference is in the selfie cam.
Okay.
But why would you use a selfie cam on these phones? You can use the back camera as a selfie camera. I mean, well, really the only differences would be hardware for the most part. Okay. Because of the operating system. I discovered you can use Bixby and a lot of other Samsung products on the Razr. You just have to load them in third party, you know.
So this person says the Razr is more convenient to use, lighter, faster to charge, wired and wirelessly. Larger cover screen is a bit easier to use, and the Razr battery does last longer. The Flip 6 screen is crisper, though, and brighter.
I do have to, I mean, even me as blind as I am, I have to turn my screen brightness way down.
Yeah.
It's crazy how bright it will get. It's more like an LED screen.
Says the Flip 6 also has heat issues while charging. Have you had issues with that?
No. Have not. And I use a wireless charger.
Okay, this one, yeah. The camera quality is noticeably worse than the Razr.
I mean, it's a huge difference in megapixel. I think it's like half the quality of the Flip 6 is the same camera that is on the Samsung Note, or what is their flagship phone? Not Note, it's Galaxy. The Samsung Galaxy 23 and 24 have the same camera. So it's like their mega camera.
She says she likes it, comfortable to use. Do worry about the hinge, but it's doing well so far. Faster charge. It does last much longer than any phone that I've had. Do you have the leather back on your phone, Megan? It says a lot of the Razrs have a leather back that makes.
They have a lot more options on the Razr when it comes to color and stuff too. I think there's like 4 or 5 that you can get with the.
All T-Mobile
Samsung.
has for the Z Flip is the light blue and then the slate gray. That's it.
Well, this is what they consider to be black.
That's not black.
It's not black, but it's what they call black. Samsung calls that black.
They're
Idiots.
not right.
China. Actually, it's South Korea, isn't it? That produces Samsung is in South Korea.
The more you know.
Well, I accidentally blocked a person I didn't intend to because of Facebook. I don't feel horrible about it. But
Morning, Bryson.
I'm like,
Morning,
should
Jerry.
I go back and go through all the trouble of getting them unblocked?
They're gonna think they did something wrong. And they didn't do
Well, and
anything
that's
wrong.
okay.
They could be a huge KIX fan. They
As
could
long as they
be
think
happy.
Well, can't they still be?
No, because they can't enjoy our page anymore.
Enjoy. Let's examine the word enjoy.
Hey, do me a favor. Will you go real quick to ABC Power Portal's website and see if there's a newer video than Tucker Wetmore?
The line, Tucker Wetmore, particularly something.
Is that the newest video, the one from Tucker?
Yeah.
They haven't done videos since May 2nd. Why aren't we getting any new content on ABC Power Portal? They haven't done weekend watch list in months.
Okay.
They haven't. There's
I'm gonna
nothing.
Email both of them.
What were we told?
2 a week, I think.
Oh, just 2 videos a week.
That's what they guarantee.
Oh, so the
When
week's
we-
not even up yet. Okay.
Okay, so we should wait a little bit longer. Will you keep an eye on that though, and let me
Yeah,
know? I'll
I
be
will.
happy to contact them and crack the whip. But
Because I was posting a new one every single day across all of our platforms, and I haven't.
yeah, you can't do that.
Anything to post. Well, they were giving us at least one a day, brand new.
Okay, but they only guarantee 2 a week on the contract. I remember that when we first got
Hold on,
it.
we gotta go. A chance of showers and thunderstorms today with highs in the upper 60s. A slight chance of storms tonight with a low near 53. Sunshine, low 70s for Friday. Sunshine near 72 for Saturday.
KIX 102.5 storm tracker radar showing a lot of clouds over the 4 states, even some fog in some low-lying areas.
53 in Miami, 57 in Pittsburgh, 57 in Joplin. To sign up for severe weather alerts, download the Zimmer Storm Center app.
So we're talking today about where, when you were little, or last week, did you mistakenly think babies came from?
623-1025 to call or text.
Or you can tell us on Facebook.
Here's Morgan Wallen.
On the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5. Okay, because tomorrow is the 9th, so tomorrow will have been a week.
Okay.
So
if we don't have any by tomorrow, remind me, we'll send them an email.
I just wasn't sure if they were waiting until ACMs or what was going on, but like.
They may be really busy with that. Usually they do a whole bunch leading up to
Right, which is what they've always
to
done.
try to influence.
Yes.
Well, CMAs they do. I don't know if they care about the ACM. It's the academy.
I need to upgrade my phone from the 15 Pro Max to the 16 Pro Max. The 15 is a crap one. I've come to the conclusion that all even numbers are good and the odd numbers have glitched. Are you talking about iPhone? I have the iPhone 15 and I haven't had issues with it. I don't have a Pro Max. I'm just very, very partial to flip phones. My favorite phone ever was a flip phone.
Well, these are amazing because it is a smartphone with the flip phone convenience. They fit so well. And I've had this one since what, November? I believe it was November, October, or November when I got this. And the hinge when we first got it, it was a little tight. Couldn't do that with it. Not that I would ever do that.
Except for now.
Yeah, now I've got to do that. But I would never do that. That's corny. But it has loosened up to where it's a lot smoother, a lot easier to use. The camera thing, which is really cool on the outside, still love that.
Mm-hmm. Take a picture.
Pretty neat.
How do you make it take a picture, though?
Oh,
do you have to push a
it's
button?
on video right now. Let's go over to camera. No, you can yell at it. Say cheese. Auto zoom is on. The zoom will adjust automatically based on where the subject is. Did it adjust? So if you stepped way back into the corner, it would supposedly automatically zoom. Cheese.
Cheese.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's adjusting right now. That's crazy. It's taking a whole bunch. Okay, stop it. Then there's portrait mode.
Mm-hmm.
But that is pretty amazing for a selfie cam.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, I got to go through and delete all those now. Good gosh, there's like 20 million.
I used to be an Android user for my whole phone experience. And then when Kyle and I got together, for sheer convenience, I got an iPhone since he already had one. And, the last 6 years or so, I've been all iPhone. You couldn't go back to Android?
For the most part, I believe that the the iPhone experience is better. But my problem with Android is how proprietary they are. I hate that. And they are like, you can only use this. You can only do this. You can only do that. That whole mentality I hate. I love open source things. Even though they may be clunky and have their problems, I would much rather have that option. And I feel like so much more is available to you because of that.
Right.
Including viruses.
But I feel like a lot of the things that I like about iPhone, like how you can intuitively just kind of swipe and move around the screen, you can do that now with the Android.
Yeah.
Thank you, Melissa.
And I'm loving that. It's been available, ever since I got this phone. Before that. But I tried it and didn't like it at first. I'm like, no, that's way too difficult. I didn't know you could adjust all the settings on how sensitive it was and zones and everything. So I love that. Tried to get my wife to switch to it. No, sir. Don't mess with my phone. I've offered to fix all of these things, which I've also noticed a great reduction in typos because of the keyboard that I created.
Is the Y's not a mess?
Yeah. I'm still making typos, but not nearly as many as I used to.
We're officially at 42,000 followers on Facebook.
Wow, I was going to ask about that. I was thinking about that yesterday. Where are we at? We're going to be at 50 by, you think, next month?
No.
You don't think so? Because 30, okay. But we've come 10,000 in 3-4 months.
Yeah. I think maybe by the end of the year, 50,000.
Oh,
I don't think before that.
Based on the rate we're moving, because we got up to 40,000 by March.
We were at 31.
We hit 30 at January.
We did?
Yes, that's when we got the email from Facebook and everything all of a sudden went boom. Yeah, that 3 months we did 10,000.
Okay, so
I'm thinking I said by October, we'll double our number by October based on this rate. And I still say by October we'll be at 60,000.
Megan says 50 by the end of summer is what she thinks.
Oh, yeah. I think so, too. I mean, we're only 8,000 away from 50. And I believe there's another algorithm change at 50. I liked the way they used to do analytics on Facebook. It was so easy to read. They complicated things so much.
Of course they did. Here we go.
Where do we go?
3 seconds.
To the radio. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
A chance of showers and thunderstorms with highs in the upper 60s. It's 57 in Joplin.
We'll give you a look at the weather forecast, tell you about how long this rain's going to last before finally clearing up in just 15 minutes.
But with Mother's Day being on Sunday, we're talking about where you used to think, mistakenly, that babies came from.
Probably your mom was the one that straightened you out on this, and you never looked at her the same after that.
Yeah, because it was your dad or your uncle or someone who gave you the wrong story about where babies come from.
Come from under a cabbage leaf.
A cabbage leaf?
That's where babies come
from. Like a Cabbage Patch Kid? Is that where that came from?
Do you want to correct everyone right now on the air here?
Nope. 623-1025 to call and text and tell us where you used to think that babies come from.
Here's Luke Bryan.
On the 4 states #1 for country.
KIX 102.5. You want to correct? Nope. Moving on.
I understand that sentiment now.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Wonderful, isn't it?
Thanks to you, which is a weird phrase. Yeah.
Oh, spammers. You are so sad.
That's why they spam, because they're sad.
They're now using AI to generate pictures of these artists, and it's kind of as sad as our picture was.
There's been some weird ones of Keith Urban.
Some really weird ones of Blake Shelton here, too.
Yes. Excuse me.
Which that might be an option if, these photo sites remain as difficult as they are with sharing their content. I realized what I'd forgotten. All that work I did and everything, getting promos and everything all in, graphics, everything done ahead of time. I forgot to put in the weekly promo.
Oh my God.
So I got that done.
Oh, that's good. You Scooby Dooby.
There's all of those. I think that's all of the spammers. There weren't many today. Oh, there's another one.
You spoke too soon.
Yeah, I did. I didn't get to the Luke Bryan ones. Luck Brya.
Luck, Brian. Oh, rug cleaning. Yes.
Oh, videos?
Bro. Oh,
Bro.
why is there so much mud on there?
They put it on there. So
I've always wondered that. I was like,
you know
y'all
they
do
are.
that, don't
all
you?
of those. That's another thing where they think this ancient iPhone being cleaned up, and I love those that you can clearly tell that they have faked it.
Mm-hmm.
They've dirtied it up just to be able to clean it.
Like, when did rug clean? Has rug cleaning always been a thing and I just didn't know about it until these videos? But they're fascinating. So fun to watch. Wow, it already looks so much better.
It might not have been dirty originally at all.
Maybe. I took the Children of the Corn movie seriously, thought they harvested, holy cow, us out in the open fields, and instead of bottle of milk, it was bottles of ranch.
What? That's not in the Children of the Corn movie.
Are you sure?
I am sure.
That's just what Megan thought, that they were drinking bottles of ranch.
The Children of the Corn story is like this long. It's a little bitty short story, and it insinuates a town in the middle of the corn that is taken over by the children and everything. They don't really tell the whole story.
But they're not. They're
like
aliens or something,
the movie.
right?
No. Aliens? What the heck?
I didn't think they were actual, like, evil children.
The story of Children of the Corn is
clearly, I don't know.
in the book, it's this couple that's traveling and they get off on this side road and they get lost and they're fighting with each other and they stop off in this little town that's pretty much deserted. There's no one there except
Never
for
a
a
good
few
sign.
kids wandering around. And in the process of staying there, they discover the kids take them out into the corn, capture them, take them out into the corn to sacrifice them to a corn god that they are all worshiping. And you realize through some of the details that are shared that once the kids get to be about 18, they're killed and a new one becomes the leader. And I don't know how long they've been doing this. I mean, it doesn't sound very sustainable, but Malachi and, it's all this biblical right-wing cult-like deal. But at one point, they came through, I guess, and murdered all of the parents and adults. They show that in the Children of the Corn movie, but it's just talked about in the book a little bit. It's a pretty short story. It's kind of like In the Tall Grass. Very similar to In the Tall Grass, which is another Stephen King story, which they made into a movie that I thought was really good.
In the tall grass.
Yeah, they stop off at this to get something to eat at this little roadside stand. And this woman thinks she hears a voice from over in the tall grass calling her. So she goes off out to see what it is and gets lost. and wanders out there for days and has all these psychedelic experiences and everything, and it's crazy. KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country.
We're talking about where you mistakenly thought babies came from when you were little.
623-1025 to text or tell us.
You can also tell us on Facebook.
Here's Low Cash.
On KIX 102.5. Yeah, Jimmy says, don't tell the end of the story. Jen might want to watch it.
You're not going to want to watch it.
I always thought the storks brought my brothers to my mom because of Dumbo. Classic. I get that one.
Not because of Bugs Bunny. Congratulations, you're a mother. Congrats.
Megan said she grew up in the cornfields. There's stuff you just can't explain.
Cornfields are creepy.
Are
Getting
they?
one big enough, yeah, because you can't see anything except for the road that you're on.
Mm-hmm.
But you can hear stuff. You know, we had a 2-acre garden that was all cornfields, and Dad, he would always rotate the angle of the rows, you know, to reinvigorate the soil or whatever they do. They rotate it, and when it was at an angle, you couldn't see like the road at the end or the end of the, so it was just off into the woods. And I'd swear I would hear someone walking over in the other rows. That, and in the Children of the Corn, it's he who walks among the corn, you know, that they call their god, their demon that they worship or whatever.
I've never been in a cornfield. I want to know.
Yeah, she's from Kansas.
I feel like you'd get a lot of bugs on you. I grew up in Wichita.
Corn can be scratchy.
Jimmy says you can get lots in them, that's for sure.
Well, it's just a straight row, so I understand you getting lost, Jimmy, but it has an entrance and an exit if you stay on the same row.
How many holes are in a corn row?
2. They don't have holes. They have an entrance and an exit.
It's like a tunnel, like a straw.
Like a straw.
One.
An entrance and an exit.
One long hole.
That's what you are.
Oh my gosh.
Kane Brown Truly fans page.
Not to be confused with that other fan page. 40 seconds.
Christy Love Hair Grant. Is that a name? I don't feel like Luke Thomas Bryan.
Luke Thomas Bryan.
There's not been many. Not like a Monday.
Maybe it was their weekend.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 10 seconds.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
A chance of showers and thunderstorms with highs in the upper 60s. It is 57 in Joplin.
We'll give you a look at the weather forecast in just 5 minutes, but we're talking about where you mistakenly thought babies came from.
623-1025 to call or text.
Where did you think babies came from when you were little?
I thought that they were just, my mom said that they popped into the air.
There was a
So
baby.
I don't know. It was like 3 years old or something. It was crazy.
So whenever you heard your dad fart, you must have been really confused.
I was.
Like, uh-oh. Did he? Oh, there almost was a little brother.
Where did you used to think that babies came from?
Poor-made condoms.
Well, I believe that's accurate.
that is where babies come from.
Yeah.
Quite often.
Ones that you've carried in your wallet for way too long.
Where did you mistakenly think that babies came from?
I thought they came from underneath the cabbage leaf.
You know what? I did too. And I would go out and I would look constantly under the cabbage leaves. I mean, if I saw a cabbage leaf, I would look underneath one thinking, maybe this is where I'll find my little brother at.
Oh, my.
Did you ever think about, he would have been filthy, all the bugs and the dirt and stuff?
He definitely would have needed a bath.
Where did you think babies came from?
I actually showed my daughter her being born.
Oh, no.
Oh.
She probably didn't sleep for weeks, did she?
She was going around saying I'm pregnant and, 7 years old. So I said, okay, you want to know where babies come from? You won't want to have babies. And I showed her.
And let the emotional scarring begin.
It did not. She just said, I'm going to wait to have children.
Yeah, forever.
And that's fine.
Oh, shut that little 7-year-old up. I know how to do that.
Give that one a hard pass.
Gosh, it looked like a hard pass. It really was for the mother.
When you were little, where did you mistakenly think that babies came from?
623-1025 to text or tell us yours.
Or tell us on Facebook.
It's the 4 states #1 for country. Summer ticket shootout begins on Monday. Thomas Rhett tickets all next week. And it's Katie bar the door at that point.
Katie bar. What does that even mean?
Katie. She has a bar by the door.
Why are you telling her to bar the door?
What can I get for you?
Well, that's another thing that they've done recently at Zimmer is they added a bar to the conference room.
Oh my gosh, there's like 4 buckets of Fireball back there. What the heck was that? What was that all about? Who's doing that?
We're gonna do a bunch of Fireball shooters at the next.
Are you interested in buying an advertisement? Well, drink these and then let's talk. What the heck?
What does that even mean?
Why buckets of Fireball? What kind of
I don't know
meetings, and why can't I be in on those meetings?
Thanks for your payment. Shut up. I paid that bill against my will. Oh, my Lanta. Facebook has some funny memes this morning. Education's important, but ice cream is importanter.
Obviously.
Megan says, Little Big Town tickets for the AMP. We're going to have that?
We will have that, yes. We will be doing those, Megan, on the week of something. There you go. It'll be the week of July 14th. We'll give those away, which is the week before the show. They're going to be there on the 24th. So the week before the show, we will give you the chance to win tickets all week. Got 10 pair to do. Is that a real person? Says his name is Rocky Chair. That sounds suspect. Connie Vaseline? I don't think these are real names.
Connie Vaseline.
Wayne Tazen.
Grass stains on everything.
Oh, am I saying pretty cool?
Hey, Will Miller. Good morning.
JFC? John F. Chicken?
John F. Chicken? What?
It's finger licking good.
Megan says, I want Eli Young band tickets, but it's the day after my upper GI, and I'm not sure how I'll feel afterwards. Yeah, that's fair. So you finally got that scheduled? What?
Or she wanted them?
Once. The 30th? They're making you wait till the 30th for your upper GI?
But that meme that has the girl doing this says, "You said no more guitars," and I said, and then it shows the cat saying, "I said no more guitars."
No, more guitars. Listen.
Oh, by the way, he brought me his guitar last night, the one that we saw the pictures of yesterday, and I got to hold it and everything. And that one is the thin one, remember? And I got to hold it next to my guitar. It's much heavier. And he goes, "Oh, dude." He goes, "Yours is almost twice the weight of that one. So it's going to be very heavy," which Les Pauls are. I know that. We even talked about possibly chambering the body piece, the back piece. He would carve out. He would carve out sections of the wood to make it lighter before gluing the cap on. That will improve some of the weight.
But it won't change the sound?
No, not enough to matter. He's going to put strings on it, he said today. So they had to put the nut on. That was the only piece that was missing off of his guitar. Frets are all done. I sighted down the neck, and I saw some issues on his neck, and he's aware of those. And once he gets strings on, he's going to try adjusting the truss rod to straighten those out. This is his guitar, his neck.
Right.
But other than that, and I don't like the finish on his. It's very rough. He said, more of a flat type look to it, but there's grain inconsistencies and some pores and stuff showing through, so I really don't like the finish. And I said, mine's going to have the heavy acrylic finish, right? The very slick, glassy. And he goes, "Oh, yeah."
So is what's the new ETA? Is there one?
Not really. He's going to work mainly on mine all next week. So his idea is that by next week, he hopes to have mine to the point his was now. So ready for finish. Yeah. So I would estimate, although I hate to do that, another 2 weeks.
It's Carolina to California. It'll never be boringer.
I want one. You know what I want? I want one of those. I want one of those. I've forgotten the word. There we go.
What's it like?
Espresso is the word. I want one of those espresso machines.
Oh, yeah.
They have in hotels. Huh?
I have an espresso machine at home.
No. Not like this. I'm talking the big machines that have the digital screen on the front, and you can choose cappuccino or latte or any of those. You just put all this stuff in it and clean it once a month, and it does all of it. Grinds the beans, makes it, and it all is like super fast.
So you want an in-home barista?
Yes. I want one of those. I got to pricing some of them the other day. They are available. You can get them.
For crazy expensive.
I mean, they start at around $1,000.
Yeah.
So
can you move the mouse, please?
I will not have one of those. They had them in Mexico at Riviera Maya. I loved the ones they had. And was instantly my wife's favorite cappuccino was the ones out of those. They would do macchiatos, flavored macchiatos, anything, all out of this one little box unit. And so I looked up the brand and everything, and one of those was almost $4,000. But you could buy them.
Oh, gosh.
You could buy them, and they were really, really easy to take care of. It was meant to be the maintenance-free coffee answer to coffee. And it was really, really, really good. Oh, he's a kid made out of spaghetti. And he's bleeding marinara sauce.
No, don't do that.
KIX 102.5, the 4 states, number 1 for country morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Here's Kane Brown.
On KIX 102.5. Oh, girls from the 80s. They all smelled vaguely of Marlboro, Boone's Farm, and Aquanet, and it was glorious.
Every time I flip over an email, I get annoyed again. You actually let your dog in your furniture? Yeah, I'd let my dog borrow my car if they needed it.
Great. Shania says, when my daughter was 2, between the ages of 2 and 3, anytime we drove by a factory, she would say it was a baby-making factory where all the babies came from. I made 5 babies this afternoon. So, you've heard
Jimmy
of
says, there you go, Randy, her next gift.
baby-making factory?
What?
What? Or are you thinking the coffee maker?
You talking about Kelsey, Christy?
Kelsey? What?
Sorry, different things going on. You're saying that Randy should get Gina the
Cappuccino maker thing?
cappuccino maker thing?
They're too expensive. I want one. I would love to have one.
Like $1,000 to $4,000. That's a lot.
Yeah. You guys heard about the Salt Lake City NHL team that they just now have the new team there? They've finally decided on a permanent name. They are the Utah Mammoth.
One mammoth?
Singular.
One singular mammoth?
I mean, consider their basketball team is the Utah Jazz, so
Why are they going with mammoth?
I don't know.
The mammoth is
They
extinct.
may refer to the many mammoth fossils found in Utah.
Are there that many found in Utah, though?
Perfect name. Their chances of making the playoffs are
Yeah.
extinct.
Yeah, exactly. All right, here we go again. 12 seconds.
Baby making. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, number 1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 8:35.
A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, highs in the upper 60s. It is 57 in Joplin.
And we're going to have the Morning KIX takeover starting in just 15 minutes.
So go on the KIX app or the KIX website and vote for the songs that you want to hear this morning.
But we're talking today about where you mistakenly thought babies came from when you were little.
And a lot of the times it was like dad or an uncle or someone pulling your leg.
Pulling the leg gets a baby?
No. I mean, like joking, like, ho, that's where babies come from. And that's not really where babies come from.
Where did you mistakenly think babies came from?
Well, not me, but my 4-year-old son thought you could just go to the hospital and buy one like you would buy things at Walmart.
Yeah, but they don't have much of a warranty on them.
Not really. They don't, they don't work like that.
Good luck getting your money back.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Where did you mistakenly think babies came from?
I used to think the babies came from my mom's butt.
Your mom's booty?
No wonder she took so long in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I just see you asking her as she came out, did I get a little brother? And your mom says, almost.
She always would come out and tell me they were fighters.
But I got them to go down.
Where did you used to think that babies came from?
I think Mom and Dad said they came from what were those birds that had the big thing underneath their beak?
Pelicans?
There you go, yeah.
No, storks.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Storks. Wait,
Storks, yeah. What pelicans?
What thing under their beak? What are you doing with the thing under your beak? Stop it.
Oh my gosh, because it's like a spoon, a big spoon, a ladle.
A ladle?
Yeah.
All right. Where did you think babies came from?
My mother always told me she wanted me at the carnival.
I'm going to take a ball and I'm going to hit that for that prize.
Give me that little baby if I hit it.
And I think that's why I'm terrified of clowns for.
Pitch till you win, a little brother or a little sister.
Give me that little baby.
623-1025 to text or tell us, where did you mistakenly think babies came from?
You can also tell us on Facebook.
It's the 4 states, number 1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
That little baby.
That little baby.
There's a baby up on the top rack. Hi there, Morning Kicks. Where did you mistakenly think babies came from? Oh, yeah.
Hold on a second. Why the belly button,
Because if it came undone. That's what that's for. Yeah, understandably.
You're like, wait a second. Let's go back to thinking it was the belly button.
I had an uncle that convinced me that if I wasn't careful that my belly button could come undone. And that freaked me out for the longest time. I was like, wait a minute, I've got to suck my gut in or else my belly button will come undone. He's like, don't push your stomach out too far. You'll pop that belly button. It'll come undone. Everything will come out, which gave me nightmares. I mean, yep.
It could have been a baby.
Baby. Thanks for calling.
Have a good one.
Hi there, Morning Kicks. Where did you mistakenly think babies came from?
Mm-hmm.
Because I seen that off of Dumbo, so that's where I thought it came from.
I kind of did too. I saw it on Looney Tunes, the drunk stork. Congratulations. Congratulations. You're a mother. Hi. It's
Hey,
Nikki.
sis. No.
Oh, here
Hang
she
up
goes.
the phone. Hang up the phone. We're not doing this.
She's
Goodbye,
hanging
Nikki.
up on
Goodbye.
you, Nikki.
Thinking kids come from Scuttle on The Little Mermaid. Have you seen the musical version of that?
Of
when
what?
Scuttle actually sings. He sings it, scuttlebutt, scuttlebutt. It's great. Jimmy says, yeah, spend some money. She'd love it. You get expensive guitars. What's the difference?
Shut up. Just shut your pie hole right now.
Quit making sense.
Those are work, okay? We don't need that kind of negativity up in here.
Dang. Well, I hope it goes well for her, Christy. Is she having a lot of pain right now? I hope not. Brett James in the background, ladies and gentlemen. A wolf to a sheep. If you feel sad, I can eat you. She can sell coffee on the side. She can have her own little coffee shop right there in the kitchen. Who wouldn't love that? You can sell coffee on the side. What kind of phone do you have, Jimmy? I'll make sure not to get that one. Will Miller, good morning. She just can't hear nothing hardly, so we're hoping this can bring back her hearing. Well, I hope it does too. My brother went through a lot with his ears when he was little too. Well, when he was quite a bit younger than Kelsey. He really struggled to hear, and it made it hard for him to learn when he was little because he couldn't hear anything. So it took him a longer to learn how to like speak and things like that. iPhone 16. That's the newest one, isn't it? I feel like that ought to be top tier. Actually, that's the phone that Kyle has. He loves that thing. It helped me when I was younger. She has your ears, yeah. There's a lot of things I'm like, please don't pass that on to my kids. And my ailments. You guys were talking about thyroids and things like that earlier. Like, I've got, you can see it, hypothyroidism there. Don't want that for my kiddos. You just want them to be happy and healthy, you know? What? Why? Something new to argue about? I had 18 sets of tubes when I was a kid. Constant ear infections. Summer's ear. Ugh. Wow, Megan.
Lauren had to have tubes in her ears, too.
Dr. McIntyre did almost all of them. I had a lot of I had a lot of ear infections when I was a kid, but I never got to that point. My sister had a lot of ear infections. I had to go through speech therapy and stuff. My brother had it worse. He was the one that had to get like tubes put in and stuff taken out. And
Took care of everything for Lauren. I mean, once they got the tubes in. I think she was about 5 or 6 when she got them in.
My son had the same problems with his ears. I have cholesteatoma in mine. I've been cut off and put back on 4 times now. Holy cow.
My brother-in-law is in his 30s, 40s, still has tubes in his ears.
They're supposed to fall out.
Yeah, as you grow bigger. But his have stayed. He had really bad ear infections when he was a kid.
Mm-hmm. And ear infections are awful. I remember there was one day where within like the 5 minutes of picking beans up from daycare, she had an ear infection that just settled in, and she was like screaming in pain. I think she was like 3. And she was just beside herself, which was not Beans at all. Beans was such a happy kid. And as soon as we got into the urgent care, they immediately took us back because, I mean, she was just inconsolable. And when they took a look at her ear, it was just so swollen and red. Poor thing. Christy says, Dr. McIntyre was the best. He's done all of her ear work. Do they know what causes the cholesteatoma, Christy? That's a cute little top, Carrie Underwood. The crocheted top. Oh. Do we follow Ryan Fox? No, we don't. Proud husband, 3 times boy dad, host of American Country Countdown. Oh, he ran into Gwen Stefani. Why does she always tilt her head up like this when she does selfies? She never just.
I know. She's weird. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen.
Wanting to know, where did you used to think babies came from?
623-1025 to text or tell us.
Here's Nate Smith
on KIX 102.5. Oh, man. So tomorrow is parent threats. Plus, what are we going to do for the challenge? I guess it's time to do classic country theater, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And Jen's movie assignment for Mother's Day weekend.
It's Thursday, isn't it?
I got to make sure. Oh, did I find it? Apparently, I looked it up earlier this week and immediately forgot about it.
Oh no, I can't
But
watch
it is available on Philo for free, and you now have that. Or you can rent it from all the other places. AMC Plus has it too.
It's on Philo. We're good, right?
It says it's on Philo.
Okay.
The movie that I'm going to assign.
Okay.
I didn't know it was rated R. Oh, watched Andor last night. Finished up where they're at. They've been releasing 3 episodes every Tuesday on Disney.
Awesome.
Yeah, and they're right up now
No spoilers.
to where Cassian Andor, on the Battle of Gorman, the Empire massacred everybody there. They just killed everybody. It was really evilly crafty the way they did it too. So this is part of the lexicon history. So if
Are
you're
you
big
spoiling?
enough
Oh, we gotta.
Star Wars fan, you'd already know this. KIX 102.5, the 4 states, #1 for country. Morning KIX with Randy and Jen, 849.
Chance of rain to continue with highs in the upper 60s. It's 57 in Joplin.
Morning KIX takeover starting in just 5 minutes.
So still got a few minutes to go on the KIX app or the KIX website and let us know what you want to hear this morning.
But we're talking about where you mistakenly thought babies came from when you were little.
623-1025 to call or text.
Or tell us on Facebook.
What about you? Where did you think babies came from?
Vending machines.
Vending machines.
And we were going to get you a little brother, but the machine wouldn't take Dad's dollar bills.
Mhm.
Where did you used to think that babies came from?
The stork brought me.
The stork, of course.
Especially if you watch Looney Tunes, and they were drunk storks.
Exactly.
Congratulations, you're a mother. Where did you mistakenly think babies came from?
My mother always told me she found me in the Cabbage Patch.
Right on. The Cabbage Patch is where all kids come from. That's what I thought.
I always told my daughter that I got her from Walmart and I was going to take her back for a
Hope
refund.
you kept the receipt.
When you were little, where did you used to think babies came from?
My mom always told me that she found me in the strawberry patch.
Did you get sprayed with pesticides and everything, though, too?
Before she brought you in? It's just weird. I mean, these concepts of gardening. Okay,
a
something
person?
grows, I guess,
I
maybe?
guess, yeah, that makes sense. Where did you used to think babies came from?
My son was about 4. He asked his dad, where does babies come from? Well, his dad was kind of like, So he told my son they come from wizards.
From what?
Wizards.
From wizards.
Like
You have to find a guy with a large pointy hat.
And a magic wand.
And he can give you a baby.
Yeah.
You know, that's not too far from the truth, actually.
Randy.
And ironically enough, I thought she said wizards at first, which is also, it's also right. You know, they do come from wizards.
Where did you used to think that babies came from?
623-1025 to text or tell us on Facebook.
We got the Morning KIX takeover starting in just 3 minutes.
On the 4 states, #1 for country.
KIX 102.5.
Babies do come from wizards. Or close.
Pretty close. Alrighty, so tomorrow Morning KIX challenge, your chance to win the $20 Gambino's Pizza gift card.
Wait a
And
minute.
also...
Wait a minute.
Okay.
No, it's next week that the Andes starts.
Yes, that's right, the 16th.
Okay.
So tomorrow's just Gambino's Pizza, which is delish.
So, have a great rest of your Thursday. Whether you
Bye.
want to or not.
Do it or else. Just kidding. Live your life, your choice. Bye.